if I had to pick the number one polearm in the game, except for Zors of course, it would be hands down the Orthos Prime. Today in this video, we will be going over my Orthos Prime hybrid build. As usual, if you want to skip to the build right now, be sure to refer to the timestamps displayed on your screen right now. So before we go on to the build, let's take a look at what we can do with Orthos Prime. This part is to give you an idea on how to make a build for yourself if you want to. So, the Orthos Prime has a 1.17 attack speed. This is the one important thing I want to note here. It is actually pretty fast. 1.17 is actually above average, which is going to pretty much increase your overall DPS because you can hit more oftenly. The Orthos Prime also has 24% crit chance, 2.2x critical multiplier, and 36% status chance. Now that is insanely high. If you compare all of the polearms in the game, excluding Zors, you really can't find this kind of stat anywhere. The Orthos Prime itself has a really high crit chance to begin with and an exceptionally crazy status chance. So this gives you a lot of versatility when it comes to your Orthos Prime builds. But again, today I chose the hybrid build is because it works very well for me and it's up to meta. Now speaking of up to meta, the reason why I'm doing this video is to commemorate and to update my most viewed YouTube video on my channel, and I'm really happy that you guys decided to stop by and watch that video, you know, to check it out, the build and stuff. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. So we are going to take a look at my Orthos Prime build, Melee 3.0 edition. The Forma count is still the same as my previous video, still 5 Formas. The things that are changed in this build are the elements, the general mod setup over here, and as well as a consensus on how to use the new Orthos Prime build. So let's take a look at the mods, shall we? First of all, we have Primed Reach, very important for polearms because naturally polearms have a lot of range to begin with. If you add in Primed Reach, you're doing yourself a favor of being able to hit enemies further away and as well as to hit more enemies at the same time. Then we have the crit mods over here, which are Blood Rush and Organ Shatter. Of course, this is the general Melee 3.0 meta. As you should know already, the Blood Rush mod increases critical chance based on your combo counter, and Organ Shatter increases your critical multiplier. Simple as that. And then we have Condition Overload, which is a very important mod over here. It increases 120% melee damage per status type afflicting the enemy. Speaking of status types, we have 5 over here, and because of that 36% status chance, it's not too hard to land a lot of status types on an enemy, which should be okay. However, if you're still concerned about not being able to land status effects consistently, then you might as well replace those two 90% elemental mods for 60-60 aka dual stat mods. You can replace North Wind for Vicious Frost or Molten Impact for Volcanic Edge. But still, this is 100% personal preference. It's not a must to do it, just follow your instincts. Now talking about the elements we used here, it is to make up heat and viral damage. I'm pretty sure most of you know that viral and slash damage makes a very good combo. As viral damage cuts the enemy's HP into half, slash damage would take care of the enemy's remaining HP easily with the help of its status effect, Bleed. This bleeding effect is one of the main sources of true damage which can negate armor, which is why slash damage is superior compared to puncture and impact. And now when you have heat damage in the equation, this weapon isn't just going to cut the enemy's HP into half, but also reducing its armor by 50% over 2 seconds, and then the slash damage will take care of the enemy's HP. Any more subsequent hits will just act as a catalyst for the enemy to die more quickly. Now all this explanation is also linked to this stance we're using in this build, Twirling Spire, which I will explain after finishing the build. The final mod in this build would be Berserker. It has a chance to increase attack speed whenever you land a critical hit. Simple. Now let's talk about Twirling Spire and why it is so important for this weapon over here. When you compare the damage multipliers, amount of guaranteed procs in this combo versus Shimmering Blight or Bleeding Willow, the Twirling Spire stance can easily outmatch those two mentioned stances. I get why people use the Shimmering Blight and Bleeding Willow stance, is because it's easy to use and it doesn't really restrict your movement. But anyway, I digress. The Twirling Spire stance is very important for this build is because of the amount of guaranteed procs it has in its combos. The Summit Plunge combo, which can be easily executed by just holding down your aim key and then pressing the E or melee key once, and it will do the entire attack animation in just a single key press. As you can see, the attack animation is so fluid, it's very natural, and also it deals a lot of damage. Look at that amount of damage multipliers, it's insane. If you want some of those guaranteed slash proc goodies, make sure to use your Crestling Peak combo, which is easily executed by just mashing down your melee key. Seriously, the first hit in this combo is a slash proc already, and then the following slashes are accompanied with a really high damage multiplier, especially the end where it has a knockdown effect with 400% damage multiplier. Now I gotta be honest with you, Crestling Peak and Summit Plunge, they are really good combos, but they kinda restrict your movement, which is why the Spiraling Pinnacle combo is there for you to use if you don't prefer to get restricted in terms of movement. And if you want to literally catch up to enemies or just make explosions and slam attacks everywhere, you can use Vaulting Apex. It doesn't have any guaranteed procs, but it does do a good job when it comes to catching up enemies. And finally, whenever you have the chance, slam attack the enemy, use your finisher on them. It deals 1200% more damage and it's a guaranteed slash proc. Keep that in mind. Anyway, I'm done explaining the build and the combo itself. I don't have anything else to talk about anymore besides the demonstration, which is going to be shown to you guys soon. As usual, our guinea pigs for today would be level 150 heavy gunners and bombards in a single test, and as well as a mix of corpus enemies in their Eximus forms. And there's this one minor thing I added into the corpus test as well, which is Obvalis enemies. As you know, they tend to be pretty tanky at times, so I decided to include them in the test as well. It's a good thing that they don't fight against each other, if not I would have provided inaccurate test results. Anyway, let's get started. Alrighty everyone, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked it, then be sure to leave a like, write a nice comment, and please consider subscribing. If you want to support me, then be sure to check out my Patreon page in the link in the description below. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Goodbye.
Slow down, you go too fast, love. I'm telling slow down, I can't keep up, love. Your heart is shrinking faster, baby. There's no laughter coming out of your